Real Ponies Don't Go Oink by Patrick McManus. Today's chapter is entitled Puttering. When I strolled into the kitchen the other day for a coffee refill, my wife, Bun, was on the phone, reaching out and touching her friend, Melba. Well, I'd better go now, she said. Himself just walked in. What? Oh, he's been out puttering in his old workshop. Puttering? Puttering? I certainly was not puttering in my workshop. Crafting an exquisite coffee table is not puttering. It's fine woodworking. Nothing annoys me more than Bun's misuse of the word puttering in reference to my highly skilled use of tools in the creation of elegant furniture pieces. Actually, come to think of it, there are several things about Bun that annoy me more, but her misuse of puttering is right up near the top of my list. Do all wives harbor this amused view of their husband's activities? Does the surgeon's wife say, "Oh, Fred's puttering around in the operating room"? Some brain thing. Did Michelangelo's wife say, "Oh, Mike's puttering around over the Sistine Chapel"? Did Thomas Jefferson's wife say, "Oh, Tom's down in the living room puttering with some old Declaration of Independence"? I think not. I notice that when I'm putting up a shelf in the pantry, Bun doesn't refer to that as puttering. No, that's significant work. Putting up a plain old board shelf 10-year old as any 10-year-old could. Maybe I should round off the edges with my new router, I say. The plain board's just fine, she says. An exquisitely crafted shelf would be nice, but I need it now, not next year. You're just looking for an excuse to use that route of yours. Very funny, I responded. That's another annoying thing about Bun. She has no appreciation of fine tools, no understanding of the importance of having just the right tool for the particular job. To her, a perfectly balanced hammer is nothing more than a pounder. A pair of first rate lock grip pliers she calls a squeezer. I once heard her say woodworking is merely an excuse for buying tools. Ha! Can you believe it? My dictionary defines putter as to occupy oneself aimlessly, to putter around the kitchen. The italics, by the way, aren't mine, but those of some lexi, lexicographer puttering about with the language. Okay, I'll accept the fact that I occupy myself aimlessly in the kitchen, such as vainly searching through the refrigerator for something that isn't good for me. Occasionally, I'll even think about taking up gourmet cooking for a hobby and free Bun from the monotonous chore of endless meal preparation. I'm fixing dinner tonight, I tell her. You go take it easy. Great, she says. Where are the anchovies? I ask. Don't we have any anchovies? No, we don't have anchovies. Never had and never will. I guess I'll have to use sardines with the scrambled eggs then. Where are the taco shells? The phone rings. Bun answers it. Hi, Dave. Yeah, he's here. Just puttering about the kitchen. I can accept that. I readily admit that my activities in the kitchen are rather aimless, mostly because I don't know where anything is, and we don't have it anyway. It's not as though I were building an exquisite coffee table or something else of lasting value. I putter in my workshop too. Sometimes my concentration's not quite up to working with power tools that can gobble your fingers like corn chips. On those occasions, I'll start sorting screws and putting each size and type into its own container. Baby food jars are perfect for this. Do we have any empty baby food jars? I asked Bud. Afraid not, she says. I tossed out the last one 20 years ago. Just my luck. While we still have baby while we still had baby food jars, I couldn't afford screws. And now that I can afford screws, no baby food jars. How can I sort screws properly if I don't have baby food jars? I wander aimlessly about looking for other containers. That's an example of puttering in the workshop. I decided to straighten Bun out on the proper use of the word puttering. Let's have a little chat, I said. Grab a cup of coffee and bring it over to the coffee table. Okay, she said. Which one? The one with the checkerboard inlay, I said. I still have a little touching up work to do on those other two. Watch the leg. This one's still a little tippy. You seem to have a problem coping with legs. Yeah, but I can't trim any more off these legs to even them up. The coffee table's only 6 inches high as it is. At least it's better than setting your coffee cup on the floor. On the advice of counsel, I must refuse to comment on that, but the inlay is nice. Thanks. Incidentally, you'll be happy to know I just noticed this ad for a leg leveling device in fine woodworking. That should solve the problem, and it's such a clever little tool, too. That's wonderful. I'm so happy you shared it with me. I thought you'd like it. Now, about your use of the word puttering. And that brings our chapter to an end on puttering.